Hey guys, Scott here with another drill review. Today we have a Hitachi DS10DFL. It is the 10.8 volt drill in the line of their new lithium tools. It's very ergonomic and very comfortable. It has a 3/8 non-ratcheting Hitachi chuck. It's got the standard clutch that you have on the regular driver, same thing, and it has two speeds, low and high. Low is actually extremely low. It's 300 RPM, and high is at 1300 RPMs. But it's powered by the same batteries as always, the Hitachi BCL 1015, the 1.5 amp hour lithium-ion packs that are powered by a Samsung cell. I'm going to do a little review here. I have my standard bits and a couple of pieces of wood here, particle board, kiln dried, and a little bit of aluminum. Actually, because this drill has a 3/8 chuck, I'm able to put a large bit in there. As you see, the Irwin 5/8 inch auger. I'm going to show you the power this thing has. Also, toward the end of the video, I'm going to size it up against the Milwaukee M12. But a couple of things about the drill that I'd like to get out in the open, because a lot of people that review, they'll either make word things so that it makes the drill sound better, or they'll kind of beat around the bush and won't answer the question. Hitachi's supposed to compete up with the professional level of tools, you know, all the names that we know, we don't need to say them. But I bought this expecting quality like DeWalt and Milwaukee, and there's a couple things to note. LED light. It does not stay on. A lot of people like it to stay on. It does not. When you let off the trigger, it shuts right off. Locking left and right, everything on the trigger. The steps on the trigger, everything's great with that. There's no problems. This does not have a battery gauge or a battery meter or even a battery light like Hitachi's starting to put on their new compact series, where there's a little light that lights up and tells you that the battery is low. The cells are getting down to a spot where they need to charge. I got it on drill. I actually don't even like clutches. I don't know why they put them on these things. People like to torque things with the variable speed these days, so there's really no need for them. Another thing that it does not have a ratcheting chuck, which I already mentioned. But not only that, this drill does not have a brake. As you can see, I can spin it right now. I'm spinning the chuck with the battery in it, which sometimes causes problems when you're working because you're used to drills with locking mechanisms now and brakes. This one spins. So say you pull your battery out and put it on charge, you're not going to be able to get your bit out of the tip of your chuck. It's going to be stuck in there. So you need to put the battery in it. Sometimes you have to even put it in low gear and put it in reverse to get your tip out. Especially when this is in high, it really doesn't have a lot of torque, I'm going to be honest. In low, the torque is great. In high, it's very weak. It's a little weaker than DeWalt and Milwaukee. But I think that about covers it. The kit comes with a hard case, 2 batteries and charger, 30-minute charger, and it's a great value. You can pick these up usually about $50 cheaper than the name brand that we usually know, DeWalt, Milwaukee. But let's give it a test and see how it performs. Alright, where to start? I guess we'll just start with the Phillips tip. And as you can see, I'm used to working with drills a lot, so in high gear I can just hold this chuck and it stops. There's not enough power for it to spin in my hand. You can notice it. It's actually not bad being weak because it's better for working with small things, so it doesn't rip it through what you're working with. Like it easily put in the drywall screw, and it put it in pretty fast. But when it came to ripping it into the wood, it just stopped, which is good because it's at a perfect spot and there's nothing wrong with that. See, this is a longer screw. That was a 2-inch screw, and it was a little bit tougher to get the head all the way in. See, this one's a recess. This one is cutting it close. It's maybe up a little bit. But you put this thing in low gear, and it'll drive it no problem. See, this is a 2.5-inch screw. That's going to put that right through my desk, and it already did. Back that out. Okay. So in low gear, this thing's it's a monster. It's got tons of torque. And like I said, it's easier to take your bits in and out in low gear because you can crank them tight. But like I said, no brake. I can just spin this in low gear. It's nice and tough, but I can spin it around. So let's see if we can drill with it, because we know it puts in screws fine. What else do I have here? I have a metal bit. I don't know what size it is, but it's smaller than 1/4 inch. I'm going to put that in high speed when you're drilling with metal. And as you can see, it went right through that, no problem at all. And this drill is super comfortable in hand. It's actually very small, so people with smaller hands would be more comfortable with this drill. One thing a lot of people have about the Milwaukee is they say that it's actually too hard to hold. People with small hands can't grip it, but I actually use the Milwaukee myself and love it. So we drilled a couple of holes, but now I have to put it in low speed for this. I'm going to drive a couple of these hex heads through this metal aluminum I just drilled and into the wood. Just secured it. Actually stripped that one out right there. It probably can do this in high speed, so let's give it a try. Oh yeah, see, it does that no problem. Oh, see, that one struggled a little because I let off the trigger halfway. Alright, so now what everyone wants to see is the big drill bit. This drill bit's pretty sharp, and I bought it not that long ago. But I have gone through probably 1,000 pieces of wood with it. You drill every day with it. Right through it, no problem at all. I'll do it again. Right through it, no problem at all. 300 RPMs is a little bit slow, it's a little tedious, but for this drill weighing only 2 pounds and drilling this size hole, like you can run wires through here. I mean, you can use this in wiring a house. There you go, right through again. Went through the other piece a little too. I mean, because these are only 1.5 amp batteries, you're probably only going to get 15, 20 of these holes out of a battery, to be honest, because it is a little strain on this drill, but you can do it, and then you can just swap it out and put the other battery in. Comes with 2 packs. There you go, Hitachi DS10DFL. Nice little drill. Here's the side-by-side comparison of the Hitachi DS10DFL and the Milwaukee M12 with the 3/8 chuck. Both drills have the battery on the bottom, which allows it to stand upright. With the Milwaukee, you have to purchase the oversized battery, the XC, which is actually a 6-cell battery, which has twice the capacity of this Hitachi battery. But it allows it to stand, and as you can see, the Milwaukee's a little bit larger than the Hitachi, and the Hitachi handle is much, much smaller and more ergonomic. The metal chuck on the Milwaukee is a little nicer, and the RPMs on the Milwaukee are a little faster. They're 500 and 1500 instead of 300 and 1300. But we can lay them both down. You can get a look at them. And there you have it. There's the Hitachi drill review. Check it out.